Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make the best tamales in an instant pot. This recipe is perfect if you're making a small batch of tamales. So if you want to learn how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so here I already have all of my ingredients. As always, they will be listed in the description box. So with that being said, let's begin to cook our meat. Okay guys, so we're going to begin by cooking our meat. We're going to place our meat into our instant pot. I'm going to cover it with water. So set it to the max line. I'm going to add our onion, garlic, bay leaves, and salt. Okay, we're going to cover it. Set it on sealing. We're going to be cooking on meat and stew setting for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And once our meat is done cooking, we're going to do a quick steam release. Be very careful. Ready? And once done, we're going to carefully open it. We're going to remove our meat, and it should be nice and tender. We're going to strain 4 cups of the broth. Okay, and in the same broth, we're going to add our tomatillos, chile ancho, chile árbol if you're using it, and New Mexico chile pods. We're going to allow them to soak for 5 minutes. And meanwhile, using our tongs, we're going to shred our meat. Okay, and once we have our meat all nice and shredded, we're going to go back to our pot. Transfer all of the chiles to our blender cup, as well as the tomatillos. Okay, we're also going to be grabbing 1.5 cups of the broth. To the blender cup, we're also going to add our 4 garlic cloves, ground cumin, oregano, and a little bit of salt. And now we're just going to be blending until smooth. Alrighty, and just like that, we have our sauce. So now we can mix it in with our meat. Okay, returning back to our pot, we're going to remove all of the broth and just make sure that you dry it out. We're going to set it on saute setting, add a little bit of oil, and just allow it to heat up. And once hot, we're going to add our sauce. Make sure that you strain if you need to. I'll just add a little more broth to my blender cup so I can get all of the sauce. We're just going to mix it and allow this to come to a full simmer. Alrighty, and once our sauce comes to a full simmer, taste it for salt and see if you want to adjust it. So now we're just going to add our meat. We're going to mix it together and allow this to cook for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, our meat is done. So now we're just going to set it to the side and allow this to cool down. Meanwhile, we can make our masa. To make the masa, I'm going to be using my stand mixer just because it's easier and faster. But of course, if you don't have one, you can always use a hand mixer or just do it by hand. Just keep in mind, it's going to take a little longer. So we're going to begin by beating our lard. So just stir it in there and beat it for 5 minutes on high speed. Okay, so after 5 minutes, our lard should be nice and creamy. So now we're going to add our baking powder along with a little bit of salt. We're also going to be adding 1 cup of our masa and 1 cup of our broth. We're going to be mixing. And once that mixed, we're going to add another cup of our masa. Another cup of broth. Then we add another cup of the masa. Another cup of broth. We add our last cup of masa. Our last cup of broth. And 1 cup of water. So just allow that to mix together. Now we're going to turn it up on high speed and allow that to mix between 12 to 15 minutes. And I'm just going to add a towel over it, a kitchen towel, just so that I don't splatter all over the place. And we'll let it do its thing. All right, so after 15 minutes, we're going to check on our masa to make sure that it has been mixed enough. It has enough liquid as well as enough lard. So I have a cup of water here. Just going to grab some of the masa. And if it floats, that means you're going to have some moist tamales. So we're just going to remove the bowl from the mixer. Just remove the attachment. Make sure that you get as much of the masa. And the masa should be nice and fluffy, and you'll be able to hear it once you mix it. Okay, so now we're just going to cover the masa and allow it to rest for a few minutes. Okay, so once our meat has cooled down and our masa has been sitting for a few minutes, now we can get ready for the fun part, putting our tamales together. So I had soaking my corn husk overnight in cold water, so now they are nice and soft, so we can get ready to spread the masa. So we're just going to remove the water. We're going to feel for the soft side. Going to grab our masa and just spread it using the back of your spoon or one of these pastry scrapers. For me, this is just easier and it spreads like butter. And just make sure that it's nice and even. Now we're going to grab our meat. Going to grab one end of the corn husk, overlap it, covering the filling. Grab the other end, overlap it, grab the end and fold, just like that. Now we repeat with the rest of our corn husk until we no longer have any more masa. Alrighty, so once we have wrapped all of our tamales, now we can get our Instant Pot ready. Okay, so we're going to grab our pot. To our pot, we're going to insert the steamer rack. Add 2.5 cups of water. We're going to place one corn husk or a few, just cover on the bottom. And now we can arrange our tamales. Make sure that the fold is facing you. All right, so once we have arranged all of our tamales into our Instant Pot, we're going to cover it. Make sure that it's set on sealing. Now we're going to pressure cook for 45 minutes. Alright guys, and after 45 minutes, we're going to allow our tamales to sit for 15 minutes. Alright guys, and after 15 minutes, we're going to release the leftover steam from our pot, so just be very careful. Alrighty, and once done, we're going to open our pot. Remove the lid. Okay, so now we can get our tamales out. Now we have to let our masa set, so you can leave them in here and just allow that process to happen in here. I like to just remove them from the pot, so just be very careful. And let me tell you, that smells delicious. Alright guys, and after 10 minutes, our tamales should be ready to be enjoyed. So this is our favorite part, so I am so ready. So let's just grab our tamal. Look at that. I am so ready. Perfect. And of course, look at the inside. Take a bite. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part.
The taste test.
We are so ready. Let me tell you that I love tamales. My kids love tamales. This is our favorite time of the year. And this recipe, you guys, it's super easy. Yes, you know, making tamales is time consuming, but let me tell you that it is seriously super worth it. It's very easy, like I said, you know, and if you want to make it, if you want to make the meat day before, you know, just to make the process even easier, then you can always do that. You know, the trick is to make sure that the meat is at room temperature, so like that, it's easy to spread it and stuff it and do all that. But other than that, it's honestly super easy. Like I said, this recipe is perfect, you know, if you're making a small batch, or if this is your first time making tamales, then this recipe is just perfect for you to give it a try. You know, play with it, test it, and then when the big day comes, then you'll be so ready to make the full batch of tamales. Gio's ready. I am ready. The masa is always my favorite part. It is super moist and just perfect. So I'm ready. Enough talking. So I hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy it just as much. Cheers and enjoy. Like I said, the masa, just perfect. So moist, soft, flavorful, the filling, my favorite. It's just perfection, right? What happened? What? And for me, we like our little filling to be a little on the spicy side, but for us, this is just perfect. Of course, if you don't want it to be spicy at all, use chile guajillos. For me, New Mexico and chile de árbol is just the perfect combination. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how to make some easy and delicious tamales in an Instant Pot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and if you regret this recipe, please don't forget to tag me in any of my social medias, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye.